And we're back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Roll Sickle. I, of course, am one of the hosts here on the channel. I'm Nathaniel, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Ashley.
Hi, everyone.
Yay. It just feels weird to say hi when I know they can see you, so I'm just like...
You know, that's so fair. Say
like,
hi is so
here.
much different, like when we're doing Let's Play.
I might just say, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host, and then you can be like, hi, everyone, I'm Ashley. Anyways, we'll leave this one in, but it's fine. We just had a take where I said, like, I'm one of the hosts here on Nathaniel or something like that.
It was great.
But yeah, anyway, so you guys can read the title and description and stuff like that. We want to keep these videos a little bit shorter, so jumping into things, and I'll be handing it over to her in a moment. But yeah, we went to our local game store to do the Tarkir Dragonstorm pre-release. It was a lot of fun. We've only ever gone to 2 pre-releases, and the first one ever was Aether Drift, which is not a set either of us were really that excited about. We have not done a Tarkir set review, and I don't know when or if we actually will. It's something that we've thought about, but it's been a very busy time on the channel. If we do get to one, it'll probably be pretty late into the season of Tarkir rather than, absolutely, in the pre-release season. But yeah, we had a ton of fun. We got to build 2 pretty different decks, all things considered. We only share one color, and we built 3 color decks because that's what Tarkir's sort of theme is you want to build into the enemy, like the enemy tri-colors or whatever you want to call them. So, yeah, I don't know their proper names. But
we also have not seen each other's decks. I've seen a little bit of his deck because I made this, but we sat next to each other at pre-release. We did not look at each other's decks. Not really. Once. No. Like, we were actually helping someone else at pre-release, like, make their first deck. So
I don't know what a lot of these cards do, but it
yeah,
looks
and you're gonna
fun.
find out.
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right, so this is my deck. In case y'all forgot, I hate Graveyard. Hate with a capital H. You know what I built? Graveyard. Because if you don't know, the pre-release boxes for Tarkir Dragonstorm are themed around a specific clan.
I don't like that.
So you get 5 packs that are normal packs, and then you have a pack that is specifically themed around your clan. So our game store only had 3 of each. And that's kind of an issue. Like, everyone knows the best one by the time you get to the store. It's fine. I love green and white. I wanted Asban, and I did not get that. So I ended up just kind of waiting it out.
Did you get...
I got Sultai.
Did you get Sultai?
I did.
I think you got a pretty good one, honestly.
I did.
I think Sultai is a very powerful one.
It's not the one I wanted because it's not the colors I love playing.
Teamer is probably the weakest, which is what I ended up with. Because I literally went there and went, hey, I don't have a preference, so give me what the people don't want. And nobody wanted Teamer, so that's what I went
with. I got it for Asban, but then other people took it. So then I was just kind of like waiting until there was another chance for me to get something. I was like, okay, enough. I knew I could build something out of whatever.
All you did was swap white and blue. The green-black base is the same for Asban.
Yeah.
And so.
I don't love black, but it's okay. We actually kind of loved it this time. So I built a graveyard deck. That's just what Sultai wants to do, is it's very graveyard. There is this thing called Renew in Dragonstorm where you can exile a card from your graveyard and put whatever it is. You pay a cost, exile from your graveyard, and you're able to do something. So like on Corsi Revenant, which absolutely put in the work in my deck. Once it's in the graveyard, you can pay 2 and a black, and you can exile this card from your graveyard. And then you put a flying counter, death touch counter, and a lifelink counter on target creature. And you can only activate it as a sorcery. That's the thing with all this Renew, is that it's activate only as a sorcery. What I've noticed about this set so far, and we haven't seen too much of it, is that there's not a lot of instant or enchantment. It is a lot more sorceries. I mean, truly, I barely saw any. I mean, I have 3 instants in this deck, but it's not as many as I'm used to seeing. There are significantly more sorcery speed. And that's fine. I love the way that plays. So Renew is a big thing I built into, because each color combination wants to do something different. So Sultai just wants to do Renew abilities and all these things to like help buff up your other creatures once something has been killed, removed, whatever. It's basically another way to still use that card. I also played some cards called like Absent Devotee, Adorned Crocodile. I did have 2 dragons in here. I also, like, there are some cards I never even played, like Gurmag Night Watch. Never played that card. Just never got it in my hand, honestly. Naga Fleshcrafter. Let me go over this one for y'all. This one put in some work, and I'll tell you why. This creature gets to enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. So your creature, someone across the table from your creature, like anything. As long as it's on the battlefield, you get to do it.
Yeah.
And then its renew is that you like put a +1/+1 on target non-legendary creature you control, and each other creature you control becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn. I never used the renew ability. It never actually got taken off the field. But basically, if I take that, it ends up leaving the battlefield, and I put, great, it's gonna become, I put the +1/+1 on Rock Curse Rakshasa. And this one now becomes a 6/6, and then every other creature I have on my side of the battlefield
becomes a copy of a 6/6
becomes a copy of a 6/6 Trampler.
Now it becomes a copy with Decayed, so if you don't win that turn...
But realistically, in Limited, you're playing with 20.
Yeah, you probably win.
You win. It's a great card, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. And it's a 4 cost. So I brought this out multiple times and literally made it a copy. I never actually used Renew ability, but I did make it a copy of my Rock Curse. Or I made it a copy of my Corsi Revenant. Because both are just phenomenal.
Oh, copying this is insane. I mean...
Oh, it's great. It's perfect. So those are the ones that really put in the work. I also had, I had 3, I don't know why it says 2, I have 3 of those, so there's definitely something off here in my numbers. Maybe I took one out. I originally, when I first built the deck, I had someone help me.
This is 22 cards, so...
Yeah, okay, so I'm supposed to have 3.
Well, no, you have an artifact, don't you?
Yeah.
No, so this is 23 cards.
Okay, so then I'm mistaking one out. I'm thinking my first
probably just
deck.
ran 2 of these, yeah.
Yeah, so I did play 3.
You didn't need a third one.
No, I didn't. So I think I took it out. So I did end up playing 2 of these. They're just really great. They're a reach 4/4 for 4. And then you can exile it and put 2 +1/+1 counters and a reach counter on a target creature.
Sultai's a fun color. This looks fun.
No, it was so fun. Like,
this
I had so much fun.
This looks like
Y'all,
so much fun.
Mark the date and time. Ashley had fun with Graveyard. But truly it was good. Warden the Grove put in a lot of work too. It's a Hydra that was just kind of like at the beginning of your end step, you put a +1/+1 counter on this creature.
So it's just getting bigger every turn, every your turn.
Whenever another non-token creature you control enters and endures X, where X is the number of counters on this creature. It's a 2/2. So endures is where you can either make 1 token spirit with XX. So if there's 3 +1/+1 counters on this, I have the option to either put 3 +1/+1 counters on something. Or, like, on the creature that's entering. I don't have to pick. It's on the creature that's entering. Or I get to choose to make a spirit with that's a 3/3.
So endures X is creature enters with X +1/+1 counters or make an XX spirit. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's what it is.
So token.
And
in this case, normally it'll have a number. It'll say like a creature will have endure 1 on it or endure 2 on it. In this case, the creature gets endure X, where X is the number of
whatever this is. Yeah. And it's honestly pretty great. Something else that we see in this set is that I used a lot is
yours foiled, or do you have this version of it?
No, I have that version of it. Mine's not foiled.
That's fine. That's all good. That was just I like that price a little more.
Well,
it's okay.
Go ahead and look at Rock Curse. That's my big boy.
Yeah, I know. He's worth a lot more. $865. Which, I mean, because this renewability is just insane.
Oh, it absolutely is. I absolutely used it. I also had a dragon called Whirlwing Stormbrood that I really loved. They also introduced Omens.
Yeah.
Which is like a worse adventure. Because it's sorcery.
But
not instant.
Also, well, and you don't get the creature, like, you don't get to just double spell the card. It shuffles back into your library. Which is a good and a bad thing, right? Because the card can come back up.
Which, honestly, for me, every time I use Dynamic Soar, I honestly got this card back pretty quickly. Because I'm not even doing Dynamic Soar probably until I have something big on the battlefield. Because I wanted to either get that extra little bit, like my Rock Curse, or just a reach to like stop someone else's dragon, so in my Saggy Pummelers.
Yeah.
And then you only have so many cards left in your deck by the time that you get to that point.
Yeah.
And it's a 40 card deck. Like, you're just going to be kind of bringing it back pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But that one was really great. Moving on to like sorcery and stuff, like moving out of my creatures. Lion Wait, I had 2 of these.
Sorry, I'm reading this one.
No, you're okay.
The top 3 cards of your library, you may put one of those cards back on top of your library. Put the rest into your graveyard.
Yes,
oh, wow.
So that one and then the one right below it, Sibsig Appraiser.
This one's insane. This is an insane common.
perfect.
3 mana 2/1 that says look at the top 2 and then draw one. So it's not just a 3 mana 2/1 draw, which is already great. It's a 3 mana 2/1 like scry ahead of where you want to go, and the other goes into your graveyard. It's not even.
And it's perfect.
So you get to fuel your graveyard, because again, when you put it in your graveyard, you can start triggering their renews, right? So that's almost like a 2-for-1 in this card.
Oh, totally.
Well, it's a 3-for-1 because it itself is a body, right, on the boards. This is
amazing.
This is such a good common for limited.
It really is.
So yeah.
I also had Lion Wait, and when I tell y'all Lion Wait also put in the work, this one is return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand.
Oh, it's a punch too.
Lion Wait deals damage equal to that card's power to target creature. How many times do you think I did that with Rock Curse?
Oh, that's nasty.
I was out here playing mean.
That's a 2-drop into a. That's nasty. That's
because
nasty.
Then I get that back in my hand. All I gotta have is 5 mana.
Turn 2, you play this. What do they do against a 5/5 trampler on turn 2?
Literally.
Oh well, at least it goes away.
Oh, just
bring
wait.
it back. Punch whatever you want. Like
the number of times that I would wait. I would wait until I had Lion Wait to like attack with this.
That's nasty.
I would wait to have the right amount of mana because this is a sorcery. So it's not like I'm doing anything instant speed.
Yeah.
So I'm still in my main phase, which means that I can not only this can go to the graveyard. Great, whatever. Next turn, I'm playing Lion Wait straight into Rock Curse, bringing it right back out.
Yeah. Well,
like,
I mean,
I'm just bringing it back.
You can even like attack with it, have it go to graveyard, second main phase, Lion
literally
Wait
bring it
back. Yeah. That's
it's dirty, and I loved it.
That's pretty cool.
Loved every second of it.
That's pretty
Aggressive
cool.
Negotiations is also pretty cool. A target opponent reveals their hand, and then you choose a non-land card from it, and you exile it, and then you put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. Honestly, for a 3-drop, it's not bad. You can kind of just like, that dragon, exiled. Oh, that big creature you want to play soon? The removal spell? Exile it.
Ooh.
Get rid of it.
Sorcery
which is
spells
great.
and dragon spells as though they had
Flash.
flash. That's pretty neat.
That one was fun too. But honestly, y'all, this was so fun.
Dude, having this on the battlefield, being able to flash back something with this and punch all at instance. This deck looks like so much fun to play.
Oh, it is. We haven't even played against each other. You guys, we haven't even played these decks against each other.
I want to play this deck so badly. This looks
it's
like
still
so
built,
much
don't
fun.
worry.
This looks like so much
guys,
fun.
I had the best time. So I will give credit where credit is due.
Talk about this playable mythic, playable rare, playable rare,
Absolutely.
playable rare. You playing 3 rares, 1 mythic over here in your deck. God dang.
I will give credit where credit is due. I owe some of this absolutely to a lot of this was my own creation, but I do owe adding the second Lion Wait, adding in some other things that were just helpful to one of the guys who I played my first game against him. He whooped me.
Yeah.
But it's okay. He's one of the better guys at our game store.
Yeah.
Aiden, you ever see this? Thank you.
Good job.
Him and his friend, they totally looked at everything I had in my sideboard, looked at my deck, and were like, hey, consider putting this in. Consider this. Oh, you have 2 of these? Why aren't you playing both? Like, just kind of built some of that in.
Yeah,
and was
I don't know
hey,
why you're not playing both of these.
Because I don't like Graveyard, and I didn't know what I was doing.
No, I understand it, but like maybe this is a comment you didn't think to put. You probably did, but I'm saying
no,
like,
that was what I did put in.
If you didn't, it's like an obvious include.
Yeah, so like I had some things that like just weren't really working or weren't really getting me there.
Second one of these is obvious. You honestly don't need that one in there.
No, but it was nice. I use strategic betrayal a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Because someone plays something big, and you're just like, okay, fine. You have 3 big things. Pick one.
Yeah.
Say bye-bye.
No, I mean, this just doesn't work against me at all. Like my deck, I just go, oh no, I lose a 1/1, I was going to lose anyway.
Yeah, literally. But truly, like, owe that to them. Thank you for helping me make it a little better.
This guy's insane.
But yeah, so this is really my deck. I'm going to have some lands down there. I have an artifact that I never really... Oh, the artifact is actually kind of cool. Scroll down. Let's show the people the artifact.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. I'm taking a long time on this. I loved this deck.
You sure are.
I'm sorry.
You took the entire time you wanted the video to be.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I really do love this.
I'm not upset. I just told you that it was going to be longer than we thought.
So this is Herd Heirloom. It is tap, add a mana of any color, spend this mana only to cast a creature spell. That's fine. You can tap, and until end of turn, target creature you can control with power 4 or greater gains trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card.
I'm sorry. Scratch what I said. 4 playable rares, 1 playable mythic. God, how did you not win the prerelease?
I I didn't put this in the first game. That's what they told me to put in.
Okay, if it's in your colors and it has this color symbol right here, you see this right here, you see how this is gold? If you don't understand that, you can go down here to this little R right here. That stands for rare. And on a real
Guys,
note,
I'm gonna smack him.
on a real note, like, the fact that you actually have 4 playable rares and a playable mythic is just, like, it's a phenomenal pull.
I was living, you guys.
This is a phenomenal deck. Like, I don't mean this in a rude way, because I saw you play and I heard you played great, like, from what I did, right? But, like, in the right hands, I'm not even saying mine, but, like, in the right hands, this deck could dominate a pretty.
Well, it's also just, like, the fact that I do not, like, graveyards, like, I don't play graveyard very often. We looked up, like, nothing about this set before actually going. Yeah. So I did not know what I was really getting into. I didn't know what else was there.
This is the dang dragon with Ward 2. That ended my careers at the end of the pre-release.
But no, like, seriously, y'all, I had so much fun. Like, I did not think I was going to have that much fun with this one. I thought it was going to have more fun than Aether Drift. But I was also like, I don't know a lot about, like, originally going to Tarkir. Like, I don't know a lot about all this clan stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't around for the original Tarkir sets.
So, you know, but I'm not going to lie, y'all.
Tarkir block.
Yeah, I want y'all to guess what. Just take a second in your head. Guess what I placed out of 15 people. I'll give you a moment.
I don't even remember. I got my guess.
What's your guess, sweetie?
I was going to say 12.
14.
That's tough.
I was a little upset about that.
That's understandable.
I was a little upset, but I just played people who've been playing Magic way longer than I have.
You did get a rough patch.
Since August. I play people who have been playing Magic and throw thousands of dollars into Magic.
You honestly...
Like, I played mostly people who've been playing Magic for 5+ years.
This pre-release also only had one other new person, and you guys ended up playing each other.
Nope.
So,
honestly, I'm pretty proud of the fact that I even held my own in some of those games. I did win a couple. Did I win a lot? No, but I won a couple.
Did you win any games, or did you only win matches? Like, did you end up winning any of your actual games?
I think I beat Alvin.
Really?
I think. Oh, okay. But there were 4 rounds, so it was different. I was proud of how I did.
No, you did great. And you have a phenomenal
deck. It's a really great deck.
It's an incredible deck.
I'll let him take over now.
All right, let's take a look at mine. So I built Mardu. I just built Mardu not nearly as strong because we're about to see this bad boy right here. This guy right here. Mardu Siegebreaker is my one playable rare.
Yeah.
In the whole conversation
about that.
In the whole deck. That being said, I want to walk you guys through this. So I get the Teamer pre-release box. I'm like, okay, here we go. I open up some Teamer cards. I'm like, all right, this is fine. I open up maybe probably about 3, I think, Teamer rares that, like, obviously could go in a Teamer deck, but I'm reading them and I'm like, man, this doesn't do a whole lot. And then I open my 5 packs, and sure enough, I'm opening basically only Abzan, really. All of my rares. Like, I probably had 4. No, because I have a couple. Oh, wait, no, I have a second rare right here. I lied. I have a second one. Okay, cool. So 2 playable rares. I probably opened up 3 Abzan rares, and, you know, let's say maybe, I guess a Teamer one and an Abzan one wouldn't correlate unless they were just green. But anyways, point being, so then I was like, man, I'm really leaning Abzan here because, boy howdy, I opened up more playable cards in Abzan, and this Teamer deck just it was not coming together. I did not have the green... red-blue like combo I needed. I had good red, I had pretty decent green, I had absolutely horrible blue, but I was like, maybe I could really push green-red, and then I was like, no, I can't, because there's no green-red archetype. You can push the enemy colors. Green-red are not enemy colors. They're right next to each other. So then I started looking at like this guy and this and some of the cards I had in black and red, and I went, okay, well, maybe I could make the Mardu deck where you make a bunch of tokens because it has, let's see if I can find it on here, it's like this ability right here, maybe.
Mobilize.
So it's this ability right here called Mobilize, right, which is when this creature attacks, you create that number, in this case it's 1 number of 1/1 attacking red warrior creature tokens. And there are certain Mardu cards that go insane with this, like everyone seemed to have Zurgo, which says if they would die, they don't anymore, so now every turn you get to keep the 1/1s if they don't get blocked, which is really
That sounds
powerful.
terrible.
And then there's the Mardu, like, Mythic Rare Dragon, which says that if an attacking creature that entered this turn would deal damage, it deals double damage instead.
Yeah.
So all your creature tokens that you created do double damage.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Didn't open either of
Terrible.
those. Did not open either of those, but still said to myself, hey, I think I have something here, because I had a lot of these mobilized cards.
Yeah.
And I had a couple of cards like this one. Whenever another creature you control enters, it deals 1 damage to a target opponent. Well, every time you attack with Mobilize, that's a creature entering, even though they're going to die at the end of the turn. So when you look at something like Delcoven Pack Beast, this is a 3-mana 0/4 Vigilance, but it makes 3 1/1s every turn. So having this on the battlefield, when you attack with this, you're now doing 3 damage, and if they can't block those 3 1/1s, they then do 3 damage. Then we come over here, we pair that with something like this guy, which says whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life.
Maybe
so
I don't
now,
want to play our decks
at
against
the
each other.
end, when you sack all of those tokens, because you're required to, this guy is now doing another damage to them. So it basically becomes like 3 damage for them entering, 3 damage if they're not blocked, 3 damage when they die, and you gain 3 life, all from just the 3 tokens made by that guy. This has Mobilize, so that's doing it as well. This makes tokens. It's not quite the same as Mobilize, but it does something similar. This has Mobilize. This has Mobilize. This has Mobilize. So I was really trying to build into the theme of everything I'm playing, for the most part, is making these tokens, and then I'm getting to lose them, or when they enter, deal damage and try to kill my opponents. It wasn't beautiful, but it kind of worked. I lied. Apparently, I have a 3rd rare. So I pulled I was able to play. Maybe that's why I switched over to Mardu, is because I could play more. I think this was like leaning more heavily into Teamer, and I was just like, it's a 4-mana 4/5 flyer. I don't care.
No, this is half his rares. He did not get too lucky with the pulls.
I did, yeah. So there's 6 packs. I only pulled 7 rares, and you get a promo rare. So I truly only got 1 rare per pack, which now with play boosters, you can get up to 3 or maybe 4. I think it's 3. I think it's max is 3 rares per pack. So like if you got stupidly lucky, which would never happen, you could theoretically open like 18 rares.
Which
but
is crazy.
you do usually see people opening closer to 9 to 10, just because of the balance of the packs having multiple rares in them. So opening 7 when other people are opening 9 to 10 makes for people who are playing 5 or 6 versus people who are playing like 3, and those decks cannot be balanced, but at the end of the day, it's the commons and uncommons that really make this deck, right?
Absolutely.
Like this guy, and this guy on the battlefield, and I have a 2-turn clock on you basically with 3 uncommons. Now they're uncommons, but with 3 uncommons, I have a 2-turn clock. And so I was sort of reading, basically I read this guy, and this guy, and said, I think I have something here, because I also pulled 3 of this guy, which I think is just an insane uncommon. Basically, rare game was not having it, but my uncommon game was off the charts. Like,
absolutely.
I was pulling the uncommons I needed for this deck. And so, yeah, I mean, Charring Bite, we talked about the Omen, is basically just 2 mana removal of almost anything as long as it doesn't have flying, which I ran into as a big issue at the very last game I played, because he was Teamer Dragons. Everything he played was dragons. So I really wanted to take these out of the deck, but I just didn't have anything good to sub in for them, because I just couldn't use their removal part, and they were just a big body, right?
Yeah,
and the only reason I'm running 3 of them is because it's removal. If it was just a big body, I'd run like 1, because 5/4 flyer for 6 that gives you 5 life when it enters is like good.
But not great.
But also the option of removal that's kind of repetitive removal, because it shuffles back into your deck. Like,
yeah, there's something that says you can't do the Omen over and over again.
Exactly. And I have 3 of them, right? Like, this was something that I was very likely to pull in my games, was this card. And if it was later in the game, I have this really nice powerful top end. If it was earlier, I have removal to really deal with my opponent's threat. So I thought this deck really came together. My other playable rare was just solid removal, 4 mana, cannot be countered, exile anything other than a land, and they lose 3, I gain 3. It was just really nice. In case they had a planeswalker, in case they had an enchantment, it didn't matter. I could remove it with that. And then I also ran just the general removal, right? Like, cheap -3/-3 here, especially if I can behold a dragon. Dragons, right? So
Period.
and this guy's also a dragon. So there was a good chance I could behold a dragon. This one requires you to sack a creature to just exile target creature, but that counts as your 1/1s that you're making every turn. Or even if I'm not lucky enough to have that, I could sack like the goblin this guy makes, you know. So really cheap creatures on my side to trade for basically exiling their really powerful creatures on their side. Cruel Truths was just a way for me to draw. That's all that was. And then Dragon's Prey was destroy target creature. You have to pay more to destroy a dragon, but
worth it.
Again, didn't really run into an issue with that until the very last game where I went up against dragons. But yeah, no, generally speaking, I thought this guy was pretty powerful. He just sort of enters and endures 1. But again, endure 1 is make a 1/1. That 1/1 triggers this. When that 1/1 dies, it triggers this. You can use that 1/1 to do this, So like, you have a lot of ability here with this deck. And I think it came together honestly really good for what I will say wasn't... I'm realizing now I was able to run 3 rares in it, right? But it didn't feel like I had the massive top-ends that are possible for this deck, but I had the body of the deck pretty down. Like, the only thing I would have liked more is if I had like 2 of these and 2 of these and could do it more consistently, like 2, 2, and 2, and instead of having that instead of like this guy... And maybe this guy, like that would have been slightly better, but honestly, I can't complain. And as Ashley said, we did, go to a proper pre-release with placing, and I came second. We'll take that. That's pretty good, right? Aether Drift, I came first with less people, so, And then Tarkir, I came second, so that's a pretty good wrap so far.
Y'all.
It's pretty good so far. We'll see if I can keep it up.
Pretty good.
It is. I think it's pretty good.
It's really good. Can you stop downplaying your accomplishments, please?
I'm not downplaying them. I should have gotten first. I should have. You could have played better. I wish I actually could have.
We talked about it extensively.
I will say, there is a way I could have won the last game, but I'm also just flabbergasted because I was winning so immensely, and then my opponent just slams down 2 of the godsend Teamer mythics, essentially. Yeah. Because he's in Teamer, and he has the enchantment that basically board wipes my side because it does 3 damage to everything. That kills... It doesn't kill this...
But it kills a lot.
It doesn't kill this, and it doesn't kill these, and that's it, I think. Oh, it doesn't kill this guy either. Everything else that I could possibly have will die to that board wipe. And so he wiped my entire board, and then played, which has landfall, make a 4/4, which is such an insane landfall trigger.
Yeah, and just wait.
And of course, he had Evolving Wilds. So it's just like, wipe my whole board, play, with the enchantment, play Evolving Wilds, sack it, go get a land. Now he has 8/8 flying, and I have nothing on my side. Yeah, I'm not winning that.
No.
And I knew I didn't have any of the cards that could just do, by the way, this got killed, this got killed, this got killed. So I knew my stuff that could ping directly was dead. So I'm pretty sure I just forfeited the match to save people's time.
Little did he know I was still playing my game.
Just in case. Because I knew I had no method of pinging. It's not like my flyers could get through because all of his stuff was flying.
And
it's
all
not like
the
I
had been used.
I didn't have any instance that did... Well, every time he plays a land, he just gets a 4/4 flyer.
Yeah,
you can't
so
keep up with that.
You can't keep him.
It's like if I pull a land, my turn is a dud. If he pulls a land, he gets a 4/4 flyer. If he doesn't, he probably gets something bigger than a 4/4 flyer because he was playing a dragon deck. So I was like, no. If I still had this guy or this guy or this guy in there, I would have kept playing the match because it's 100%. Like, okay, maybe I can survive one more turn and then pull what I need to just ping 3 damage to him because that's how low he was. But no. Or even like this, if this was still around, because target creature you control with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn.
Perfect.
Well, that's a 2-turn clock if you're at 3 health, if I just have something with power 2, right? So, anyways. In fact, this is a really interesting combo because you could do this ability to make this guy unblockable because he has power 2, then pay the 2, sack it, now he's a 3/3, but he still has unblockable because he's already been given it.
Oh, true.
And then just swing in for the damage you need for lethal.
Fair.
But yeah, anyways, I think it's a fun deck. I think it does a lot, and like I said, I had some powerful common and uncommon synergies, and then just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of removal,
Realistically, yeah.
which, other than a deck with mostly flying and dragons, pretty much dominated, because they could play a lot of big threats that I would just go, nope, 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 ping some damage, nope, ping some damage, no, you know, and then yeah, go in for the kill. So I really think that I think I built the better foundation of my deck. Haha,
Yeah.
but because it's not the foundation set. I'm so funny. But I do think I made a better foundation for my deck than, and this is not a shot at anyone else at the store, but the people that built Mardu that just had the rares,
Yeah.
but might not have had the body for the deck as powerful as I did. Whereas I had the body of the deck, I might not have had the best top end rares, but it was the commons and uncommons that were putting in the work every single match. So
True.
yeah.
But no, I think we both built really good decks. I mean,
Oh, for sure. I mean, yours is phenomenal. I think that if I was playing someone of my skill level playing this deck and I was playing yours, I could probably win 90% of the time. Right? Like yours has the better synergy because it plays 6 rares or mythics.
Yep.
That's double.
it does what it wants to
That's
do.
double what I'm playing. And then you're like, I mean, look at this. 2 of these, 1 of these, you know, like, what else do you got? I mean, that's a common, but still, like, 1 of those.
Yeah.
You know it's supposed to be for your colors because it's literally in your colors.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what
got
I
my
mean?
symbol
Like,
on it.
it couldn't be more play this.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think you had, I mean, oh, this guy seems really nice too. Like,
But we had the best time. And we could not wait.
yeah, I'm
To
excited
play more
to,
Tarkir.
I'm really excited to play more Tarkir. I think that this set is really exciting. And
We're very excited to be
I was-
graduating and being done with it. Done with school right around the time this set's out. Because it'll give us free time to actually play this set.
Yeah, I mean, the set will be out for about 3 weeks by the time we graduate, and then it's still gonna have a lot of life left in it. So
It will. We're so excited.
yeah. All right. Well, I think that's everything.
I think it is.
All right. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed our breakdowns of our pre-release. If you guys had any tips, tricks, comments about how we built the decks or anything like that, maybe some synergy we didn't see, let us know down in the comments below. If you like the video, hit that like button. And if you haven't already, we'd love to have you subscribe to the channel. We
Absolutely.
would love to have you stick around. We make Magic videos, video game videos. Every once in a while, we'll make like something TTRPG related, and we're hoping to branch into that a little bit more. Again, as school sort of closes, because we are busy right now. But yeah, all right. I think that's everything. So,
I think it is.
all right. Well, we'll see you guys in the next one. But until then, may those rolls be ever in your favor. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Bye,
Bye,
y'all.
y'all.